2017 brought a lot of great moments to combat sports, and today we're just going to go over our top 5 favorite moments of 2017. So take it away.
Alright, so my first moment was when Henry Cejudo knocked down Wilson Hayes. Henry Cejudo is, one of my favorite fighters, and he, coming off 2 losses against the champ, Demetrius Johnson and Joseph Benavidez. This fight, I was really nervous. I'm not sure why. I was more nervous than usually when he fights, but he came in, he showed some beautiful boxing and knocked him out early in the fight. So that's my first, moment.
So top 5, I have, honestly, this fight hasn't happened because this video is pre-recorded before the fight actually takes place, but Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Vasyl Lomachenko. This is the first time we actually see 2-time gold Olympian champions go up against each other, and these guys are very tactically gifted, and these guys are probably like the best in the sport right now. So the fact that we actually get to see 2 guys that are probably the best of this era right now going at it, like in their prime, is very fascinating to see, and it shows a different perspective of boxing, because most of the time when people look at boxing, people are not complaining that the best don't fight each other and that the best keep ducking each other, or like the best are just fighting for money, and if the money ain't right, things are not happening. So the fact that that fight is actually going to take place in 2 weeks from now, it's something that belongs on the list, even though it's not as hyped as, let's say, like the Mayweather-McGregor fight. It's something that should be recognized.
Secondly, is Tony Ferguson getting the interim championship against Kevin Lee. Tony Ferguson, I've actually met him. He's a nice dude, and he's my second favorite fighter. I think we made a video on this, and he's my second favorite fighter right now. And him winning the title just meant a lot, for him especially. He's a champion, but for me too, because I've followed him throughout his career when he was, still underdeveloped. His skills weren't as good, but now that he's very experienced and his skills are sharp, so it's nice to see him win the title.
So 4th on my list, it's not really a big moment, and I guess it's not the happiest moment, but the fact that Miguel Cotto is retiring, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm saying the fact that he actually has, I guess, the youth still of life to be able to enjoy it, because he's been through lots of battles. He fought Mayweather, he fought Pacquiao, he fought Margarito twice. The first one, his first loss with a lot of controversy, Paulie Malignaggi, Zab Judah. He's had a hell of a career, so the fact that we actually get to see him retire, maybe a little bit too late, a little bit past his prime, but the fact that we got to witness Miguel Cotto through the bouts, through the ages, I think that it's beautiful, man.
Okay, my third favorite moment happened maybe last week, I think, when Kelvin Gastelum, who's my favorite fighter of all time, knocked out Miguel Bisping. And I like Miguel Bisping too, but Kelvin Gastelum, he beat the former champion. So this means, he belongs in the middleweight division. Even though he's smaller than everybody, this made a statement for him in the middleweight division.
Okay, so 3rd on my list, I have Mayweather versus McGregor. And the reason I have it 3rd on the list, because first of all, it was a big event. It was the first time we actually got to see a mixed martial artist get into that boxing ring with arguably one of the best ever, right? So it was just fascinating to see build-up, see these guys go pretty much all around the world and pretty much smack talk each other. And the fight was, to me, honestly, it wasn't all that, because because of the hype, right? You were expecting more, but it was just something that was really interesting to me.
The 4th on my list is Canelo versus Triple G. This is the second time Canelo fought someone bigger than him. This time we expected more from Chavez, but we knew that Triple G was going to give him a fight, and he did. And arguably Triple G won, but the decision was a draw. But still, it was a good fight for Canelo. Kind of see where his skills are against the top of the middleweight division, and also the draw sets up another fight, a rematch, which is also going to be very, very big in the upcoming future.
Okay, so I guess 2nd on my list, I have Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko, and the reason why I have it is because this fight was very exciting. It was the first time that we actually saw, I guess, more excitement in the heavyweight division that we have seen probably since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson had retired. So that was a very interesting fight. It was actually Klitschko's last fight too, as well, because he ended up retiring after that. So it was a very fascinating fight. It was entertaining. It was a back and forth, a lot of action. Klitschko had dropped Joshua early on. Joshua comes back and finishes Klitschko. So that was a very fascinating fight. I was really impressed. So I have that one as number 2.
And my favorite moment of this year was the Mayweather and the Conor McGregor fight. I went to one of the press conferences here in the Staples Center, and just the smack talk was just some was very original, and after a while it got kind of boring, but still. And then the actual fight, I was actually on the edge of my seat during the fight. It was a good fight for as long as it lasted. I expected less from Conor McGregor, so he surprised me with his performance, and also Mayweather impressed me by finishing somebody in a boxing match, which doesn't happen too often. But yeah, that was my favorite moment of this year.
Yeah, my favorite moment of 2017 was actually the UFC 217 card. I couldn't really pick out a fight because all the fights, to be honest with you, were good. All the 3 title fights, they all had all the champions lost. The return of GSP, we saw Rose shock the world. We saw TJ and Cody Garbrandt kind of get in there and take off their animosity towards each other, and then we saw GSP get crowned as a new middleweight champion. I felt that card was amazing. It was probably like one of the best things of 2017 so far. So yeah, man, those are our top 5 favorite moments.
Yep. Yeah. Next year, we're gonna see a lot more good moments. Conor McGregor and his future in boxing, and yeah. So let's see what fights do you guys want to see for next year, and let us know what your predictions for those fights as well.
Yeah, so comment down below. Tell us what is your favorite combat sports moment of 2017. So just to wrap up this video, comment, like, subscribe, share our videos, hit that notification bell. That way you guys are notified every time we upload a new video. Follow us on our Instagrams, our personal Instagrams down below. So yeah, man, don't forget to also visit our website. Those shirts are on there. So yeah, man, thank you guys.
And, your girlfriend loves us.
Oh, hey, your girlfriend loves us.